All right, let's talk about McCorkle. Mac Jones here of the New England Patriots, and really kind of, I feel like an end of an era here. This is kind of the exclamation point on not a very good sentence if you're a Patriots fan, as Mac Jones showed a lot of nice things in his rookie season. This was maybe his low point, to the point where he got benched, and I don't know if he's going to see another game in the NFL, to be honest, as a starter. Maybe the Patriots go back to him, we'll see. But let's talk about really what a disaster this was. It was an absolute disaster, and while he's in a tough situation, he still made a lot of bad plays, quite frankly. Like, starting off with this one, it's a one-on-one matchup with Devontae Parker on the outside, who, again, I get it. He's not, prime Julio Jones or anything, but still, let's see how this goes on a 3rd and 7. As you see, right when this play begins, and again, we'll talk about how this isn't just Mac Jones' fault, but a Patriots offense's fault issue. Not a well-ran route at all by Parker. He kind of showed what he was doing right away, to the point where now for Jones, there is a defender coming through and trying to make a play. Jones is going to try and get it through there anyway. As you see, this one really could have been intercepted. And quite frankly, there were plenty of plays in this game. There were the turnovers, and those got a lot of attention. There were also plays that could have been turnovers, and kind of they were lucky weren't. So, a lot of ugly football to talk about. Something like this was this is a weird play. I don't know if I've seen this before, to be honest, so it's just a little out route against man coverage, right? One-on-one matchup. All right, let's see how it goes. McCorkle is going to take the snap here. He looks over and, hey, little bit of a window. Let's gain 3 or 4 yards on this play. Maybe 5 or 6 if it goes well, right? Sure, can't go broke making a profit. I get it. But look at the air Jones puts on that football. I don't know why he did that, why he didn't throw more of a line drive, because that gave the defender an opportunity to come back and make a play. I've never seen something like that before. That's not how you make that throw. I don't know why he threw it up as if it was like a jump ball scenario. I guess that was the idea, I suppose, but you didn't have to do that. Very bizarre play by Mac Jones on that one. Let's go over to the interceptions, because they're definitely both worth talking about. First, starting off with the less ugly of the two. Not to say it wasn't ugly, but just it wasn't quite as bad as the second one, which we'll get to in just a second. This is going to be a zone coverage play, and you have, receiver running a clear out route, another one kind of going over the middle. Hopefully he'll get open. Okay, let's see how this play works. Jones is going to take the snap. He runs a play action, tries to get players out of position, fires a little bit off balance, but still, this is not open. There is, I know it's a little bit blurry, in the black circle, there is a Giants player and a Patriots player. So, okay, going to take a perfect throw. Is it a perfect throw? Well, no, he actually throws an interception to a completely different player on that play. It wasn't even close. And again, maybe the receiver got slowed down. I'm not using all 22 here. I'm using broadcast footage. We didn't get to see the whole play, so it's possible a receiver got slowed down or something. But still, looking at it from what we know now, the information we have now, it doesn't look good. It looks like he just missed the throw on that one. The other interception was, listen, I'm pretty Patriots neutral. Even when Brady was there, I wasn't like a Patriots hater. I wasn't a Patriots fan. I kind of just, I feel like I'm one of the few people who is in the middle when it comes to New England. But even I was laughing at this play. It's a funny play where what's happening is it's the route you see, the halfback's route against man coverage, where Mac Jones is going to initially look towards. But one thing to note is, so the Giants have a linebacker who's lined up on the center who's going to drop back into coverage. That's also worth noting. As you see, Jones takes the snap. He looks towards the halfback and only looks towards the halfback. That's all he looked at. Did not realize that a linebacker dropped back into coverage right here. So because of this, Jones is under pressure. He's going to say, okay, well, it is open in the sense of if there wasn't a linebacker over the middle, this would have been open. But Jones's throw is also way too short. It wasn't a good throw in general, even with that, because him and the receiver also didn't really seem on the same page. Ends up throwing it to, throwing a ugly interception there. It's just a bad play. It's just something you can't have, especially when, you're Mac Jones. Kind of your thing is supposed to be you see the game well. You are in your 3rd year at this point. You can maybe make a mistake like that or two as a rookie, but at a certain point, you have to not make these mistakes, and he's still making those mistakes. heading over here. So this is going to be a 3rd down and 9 situation. This is also kind of a nail in the coffin a bit, just in terms of the decision making here. Worth mentioning, it seems to be a cover 0 setup here for the Giants. Seems to be a heavy blitz setup. It's not actually what they're doing, but they are showing a heavy blitz. So, okay, opportunity to throw the ball down the field, right? See if you can make something happen on 3rd and 9. Okay, 90-yard touchdown. Let's go. Well, no, they actually run the ball in this situation. And, fairness to them, it did nearly work. They got 8 yards. So, to some degree, I'm not even mad at the decision, but I think that's kind of a bit telling that on a 3rd down and 9, it was probably a good decision to run the football. That's a bit tough. And I think you have to wonder, is there an element of not trusting the quarterback too much? I mean, you certainly wouldn't have done this if Tom Brady was there, right? So there's definitely, it's in a vacuum, doesn't mean anything, but given what we know, it's kind of, you can make a narrative out of it. You certainly can. And even something like this, where something I talked about early on in the year to Kyle was, Kyle, my podcast co-host, who is a Patriots fan, is I've never seen a quarterback quite like this where, and it's not just Mac Jones' fault, although it might be in part Mac Jones' fault. When he throws the football deep down the field, it's like when you have a team that's bad at running the football and you see them run and you initially groan before you even see how the play works. But throwing the ball down the field is supposed to be the most exciting play you can make, where, again, should be a one-on-one matchup on the outside. There is a safety deep, but as long as you get it there quickly, you won't have to worry about that. Mac Jones takes the snap. He's going to look down the field, kind of a little double move there, is making the throw, and again, it's not open. This is going to have to take a great throw and a great catch for it to be complete. However, Jones put so much air under it that the safety nearly had an interception. I mean, it was a 2-interception day for Mac Jones, and he only played a half of football, and there were at least 2 other plays that could have ended up in interceptions, and that's not to mention he also had this next play. What's going to happen here is this is a 3rd down and 7 situation. It's man coverage across the board. Okay, well, let's see what happens. Mac Jones is going to take the snap. He is going to look down the field. Doesn't love what he sees. Not a lot open, which, again, I do want to be clear. Jones is in a tough spot. The Patriots currently have a chance at, they have an outside chance at the 1st overall pick. Feels like they have a decent chance at the number 2 overall pick. I actually think I might predict that they would get the number 2 overall pick at the, when this is all said and done, because of this loss to the Giants here. If they do get Caleb Williams or Drake May, there's not walking into a great situation. They're not. But still, as I said with Sam Darnold, as I've said with other quarterbacks, you can evaluate a player in a bad situation. You can. It's more difficult, but you can. And watch what Jones is going to do in this bad situation. As you see, he decides to scramble up, and he's going to eventually lose the football. The Patriots fell on it, so it was kind of no harm, no foul. But still, we're talking about legitimately, I think you could argue 5 turnover-worthy plays in a half of football. That's what we could be talking about here. I looked up his PFF grade, his PFF stats. They only gave him credit for 4 turnover-worthy plays, but that's still for half of football. He had a turnover-worthy play percentage in this game of 18.2. Over 18% of his passes, or his plays in this game, were turnover-worthy, and that's not even his worst percentage of the season. His game against Dallas, he had over 20%. 1 out of every 5 plays was a turnover-worthy play in that one. And again, I think you could have even argued an extra one could have been in order, although I understand a 4, because a couple of those, passes down the field weren't totally super turnover-worthy, but were still somewhat turnover-worthy. So, long story short, I don't know. This feels like Mac Jones's butt fumble game, right? This feels like the accumulation of what ended up just sort of going off the rails, which is just such a shame, because he was legitimately good as a rookie. And I even think that if you're one of these teams that isn't good enough to draft a guy and doesn't feel great about who you're going into the season with next year, I don't know, let's say Tennessee, for example, who they have Will Levis, obviously, who's, shown flashes as a rookie. Maybe they want to go into the year with Will Levis, but don't want him to be the only guy. I think adding Mac Jones as a plan B is not a terrible plan, but at the same time, to me, that's at best what he can be right now, is a plan B on a team that doesn't have a great quarterback situation, because maybe you could figure it out, but I wouldn't bet on it. That's how I view it. what a disaster of a game. And, definitely, just a tough situation. So, at least for Patriots fans, you should get a good quarterback in the draft, this upcoming draft, if you want one. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And, of course, as always, thanks for watching.